They say when the tough get going, the tough go on a road trip. So here I am in the vast Arizona desert. Left about 30 minutes ago, headed to the East Coast in a 2000 Toyota Camry. So I got 4 bald tires. I have a leak in the coolant system where I have to put water in it every day, every morning. What else? Air conditioning works great, which is pretty handy this time of year. I shouldn't say anything, it'll probably break. So there you go. I'll check in every now and again. Shorty is freaking out, aren't you, Short? He's an okay traveler, but good grief, what a wimp. Every time I start to pull over, he starts shaking and whining and doing all that stuff. Come on, Shorty. What a goof. And I'm stuck with him. You know what now would be a good time for? Now would be a great time to do a time lapse through Tucson. But I don't have my little mount for my phone, so I guess no time lapse. Finally, made it to Interstate 10. About, I don't know, 20 miles out of Benson right now. Tucson, it was kind of stupid to go through Tucson, but you know, I did what I did. We're coming up on the thing, but I've seen it before and I ain't stopping. We're not too far from Wilcox. Beautiful Wilcox, Arizona. Kind of a fun thing. My dad, his business used to be firebombing. You know, with airplanes. You know, you've seen it on TV. And I think he had a B-25, World War II B-25 or a B-26. And his fire base, when he used to fly, he had other people flying them. Shortly, he didn't do it that much, but anyway, the base was here in Wilcox, and so there's a lot of downtime. You're just waiting for a forest fire, I guess. I was a little kid, and apparently the power company came through and they knocked a bunch of crow's nests out of the trees, and so the pilots, there's a couple pilots and mechanics and whatnot. They collected little baby crows, and we got to raise them. And we painted their beaks, a little stripe on their beaks, just a little different color. And so we know whose was whose. We fed them raw hamburger. And anyway, this crow, my crow, man, it turned out to be a great pet. I guess they're illegal to have now, but back then in the day, it was no big deal. And we took it home, and I mean, it just wanted to be with mainly my dad. Really kind of attached to him. And I'll never forget, one day we're home, and my stepmom wouldn't let the crow in the house. I made it ride around on your shoulder, and so I had to put it out on the outside, and we didn't think it'd go anywhere. It just kind of wanted to hang out with us. Put it on the lawn or the lawnmower handle, and it just hung out for hours there. Then my dad went somewhere. He started up his car, and it's like the crow heard it and took off. And I never saw my crow again. Over there, that's the Wilcox Playa. It's a big dry lake bed. Kind of cool. Hey, man. This is Steins, Arizona, or no, New Mexico. Used to could be able to go up in there and check out all the stuff, but I got all fenced off now. Made a decision. Here I am in lovely New Mexico. I'm about, I don't know, 25 miles out of Deming, New Mexico. Just north of Deming, there is a park, a state park. It's called City of Rocks. Now, I've never been there, but from what I understand, you know, word on the street, this park, City of Rocks, has a giant, and I mean giant, it's big, I've seen pictures, rock formation that looks like a giant toilet. Now, if I hadn't spent so much time going through Tucson and, you know, doing the biosphere stop, I would do this. It's not very far out of Deming, north of Deming. But you know, it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm just not in the mood. You know, if you're gonna do something like that, you gotta be in the mood for a toilet, to go look at a big toilet. I'm just not in the mood. So I'm gonna bypass it on this trip. I would like to see it someday. I hate this. Do you know where that's at? Where I'm at? That is Las Cruces. Yeah. Well, I am now in the great state of Texas. I'm coming into El Paso. You know what I like about El Paso? Not one stinking thing. Shorty, what do you think about El Paso? Huh? Are you kind of neutral? Alright. El Paso City. Here we are. You know, it's a good thing to be in Texas, and it's kind of a bad thing. It's a bad thing because, man, just getting across Texas takes forever. Everything is beautiful in its own way. Alright, well, that's the latest report from the road.